Good morning, everybody. It is December 17th, 2022, and I am just taking a moment before it's very early in the morning. So, I wanted to share with you before the household wakes up my 2023 reading journal setup. 2022 was the first year I had ever done one. I started it in about May. I started it in this book. This is a Jan and Tom journal from Amazon. Very affordable, very nice. This is very kind of looks, I don't even know. This is a faux leather, right? But it feels almost like a cross between a vinyl and a scuba fabric. It's very nice and fun to work in. Very thick pages. I kind of got it as a dupe for the Archer and Olive because by the time you ship the Archer and Olive, those journals are very expensive. And with Prime, something from Amazon's very inexpensive and very, very nice to work in. I saw it on someone else's YouTube channel and went and looked at it, and I thought, well, we'll try that. And when I got it, I loved it. So it has suited me well this year, served me well. I'm going to show you. So these are like my in covers. These are things I did last year. And I started the journal with timeless pages because I knew I would not be able to finish this journal in 1 year. I'm sorry for the shadows. It's early, so there's no daylight. So I've got some shadowing because I'm in my living room, but you get the idea. I have not finished the index because I'll complete that when the year's over. This is my cover page. The beginning of my journal starts with pages that are not tied to a year. These are just basic movies, TV shows we like to binge watch, movies I want to see, and those are ongoing lists. So I don't need a list for every year. We don't do that much of it. And try to get that to focus. My favorite authors, and I add to the list, but it doesn't change over the year, so it doesn't need to be within the year. Series I've loved, favorite quotes. So these are all pages that are not bound by a year, and I'm not going to go through the whole thing because I don't feel like, I've already got a video for last year's setup, and I can link that in the description. So I'm going to skip right to my 2022 wrap-up page, which is the end of the year. And I've not finished. I've got a couple blank pages left for books. I've got 2 more weeks to finish a couple books I'm hoping to get done. Then I created this wrap-up page with these gold foil boxes to track like new authors I found this year, which I found a couple that I loved. My top 3 books. I've only read like 40 books this year, so I kind of feel like 3 was enough. I didn't have enough books to do like a bracket, and that just didn't seem authentic. And top 5, top 10 didn't seem realistic because I didn't read that many, but top 3 seemed doable. I want to write the number of pages for the year, and also I did some challenges to break out of my habit of reading the same genre of romance, which is what I write, so it's what I tend to read. I wanted to read some different things. I really wanted to diversify my reading. In fact, that was one of the challenges I did, was diversify your reading. And so I'm going to track like how many books were in each genre and kind of see if that helped me break out of my comfort zone. Then goodbye 2022, and then this is my 2023 setup. Some beautiful stickers. I don't really stick to one brand of sticker. I think this is a Shelfie Life. These are some happy planner stickers, washi tape, that sort of thing. So it's my 2023 setup. I do a mixture of everything. This is just something I downloaded and glued in. Just random stuff. This will be my TBR list. It's so funny. I don't know if I want to call it a TBR list because that to me implies they're books I already have that I should be reading. This is more like books I would like to read. So something that was on for last year that I didn't get to was Kindred, and it's going to roll forward to this year, which is funny because now the show's out and I don't feel like I can watch the show until I've read the book because the books are always better. And then So anyways, this is my goal for 52 books this year. I didn't, last year I used a lot of like stickers for my titles. This year I don't have great handwriting, but this year I decided to just do the handwriting because I didn't have the stickers while I was setting up. So again, printables. This is I like to track my books by putting the little covers here to see everything I've read in like one place. I just really liked the feel of that. Let me show you, flip back to last year. I just really like how that looks. It just feels like I have accomplished something. And then, of course, I do have a do not finished area, and then I go on to journal about each book or whatever. So flipping back forward, I'm hoping to read a few more. I started this journal like in May of 2022. So I knew I wasn't going to like fill up all that stuff. Goodness, I'm saying like a lot. So I have enough squares to meet my goal this year. And then my did not finish. So I will read a book halfway through before I mark it do not finish because I want to give it a good chance. But then sometimes life's too short. And if I get halfway through it and it's a struggle, I'll set it aside. But I do like to track the number of pages I've read. If I've read, 200 pages of book, it's going on my list, period. So what I'll do is I'll start with the do not finishes and, put a line wherever it ends. I'll work backwards from there with my covers, but I'll still track them. And I'll still write about them and to tell myself why I didn't finish. Anyways, this is my challenges for the year. I'm going to start with the ABC challenge. And then this is just a printable, not a sticker, but this is the Diversify Your Reading challenge that I did last year. Last year I just printed this page and then I had to like write and scrabble on it. And this year I was like, oh, hey, there's a whole second page I didn't print last year, so I can actually track the book. So I was excited about that. I'm doing Pop Sugar for the first time. I have a lot of hopes for this, but we will see. And then I've got a blank page if I want to add a challenge, but I think really what's in front of me is going to be good enough. And I don't have any like false pretense that I'm going to finish. I'm going to have a separate book for this, separate books for this, and then separate books again for the ABC, because I just don't have enough hours in the day. I work full time. I have a family, It would be nice if I could read that much, but if I get a book a week, I will be more than satisfied. So what will happen is these prompts will help me pick the books that I read, but they will get double dipped. I will definitely fill this in using the same books that are on these. What this is to do is to make, as I'm choosing books, to make it not the first book on the list that everybody's reading. So if I'm trying to fill like my Z, I'm going to really dig deep to find a book that just is not an easy choice. And that's kind of the whole point is I'm in my 50s. I really want to branch out and read some stuff, undiscovered country, if that makes sense. So here's another really lovely large sticker, I believe, again, from the Shelfie Life. My books and what I will fill in here. Each book will have a page dedicated to it. Much like, here's a good example. So I put in a box that has the details of the book. I did get some pre-printed stars to color in that are just star stickers because I don't like my stars. Again, I don't have great handwriting. I write about the book. I do some fan art. Here's another one. I like to doodle. That was a doodle. Some fan art. And again, a larger cover than what is on my tracker. Just each book gets a dedicated page. So I have plenty of room in the back to fill up for 2023. Then the very back of the book, again, pages that are not tied to time, I've got a pin test page, which is nice that this book comes with it. It also comes with a pocket for my extra stickers. And then I've got a pin test page in here, and I've got recommended book lists that I made. And then usually when someone tells me about a book, I put it on a Post-it note. So I just stick the Post-it notes in here too. So, okay. Anyways, so that's my 2023 setup, and I guess a little bit about how 2022 worked. I really loved, see, like I haven't finished this. Okay, I only did 32 books. I still have 2 books on the burner. But I really loved having this. And what happened is previous years, and I went over this in my 2022 setup, but like I couldn't remember 2020 and 2021. I put in pages in here. I went through my library apps and my Kindle or Audible apps and stuff to recreate these lists, but I really regret trying to think back on books that I've read and not being able to remember them. Like I know I read more than 10 books in 2020 because I'm an avid reader, so that's what I could find, that's what I could remember, and that made me a little sad, and that's what prompted starting a journal instead of having it in my planner, because I can't go back and think of all the books I've read. And it's just another excuse to use your stickers and pens and washi and prettiness. So anyways, I hope this inspires somebody. I hope it kind of makes it simple. I see some of this stuff in YouTube and whatnot, and it's beautiful, but like I don't have the talent to do some of the stuff that I see out there. So this is pretty basic. I mean, it was easy to do. This is literally just layered squares for quotes. And what I found was I was keeping quotes in another notebook. I was keeping a list of books in the back of my planner. Like the recommended book list to move it from one year to the next so that I could actually remember what people had told me last year to read. That's when this just made sense. This book will last me through 2023. Probably not 2024. I'll probably have to get a new one. And then I'll be able to fill in all of this. I don't know what I'll do with these pages. Maybe make a list of all the books I've read over the time. I don't know. But that's the loveliness of leaving blank pages throughout. Oops. You can decide what to do with them later. Okay, well, happy reading. Merry Christmas or happy holidays. Enjoy your time with your family or whatever you're doing. It's supposed to snow this week for us, so I'm going to spend some snuggle time with my reading journal. Bye.